Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the second installment of an opinion from somebody who isn't even equivalent to a grain of rice on YouTube. Today, we're talking about Call of Duty. Shocker. As a kid, I started off my Call of Duty endeavor with Black Ops 1, and that was my favorite Call of Duty of all time. And then from there, I played some of the past games like World at War, Modern Warfare 2, and those were pretty fun as well. I liked them. And then eventually, when I turned chronically online, Call of Duty was one of the games in my roster that I would play really often, along with Battlefield and some other titles. And I'd gotta say, after Ghosts, Call of Duty took a very slow and long decline to the bottom of my roster, and I did not like any of the titles after Advanced Warfare. Advanced Warfare was really promising, and then it was kind of a letdown. For the children who are unaware, Advanced Warfare adopted the CSGO loot box gambling system that a lot of other games were experimenting with at the time, and it just gave you the feeling like you just had a very unfair advantage if you didn't throw money at the game constantly. And of course, there was ways to earn those loot boxes, but as a kid who wanted to invest his time into other games, I wasn't playing Call of Duty 24/7. Advanced Warfare was the beginning of an era for Call of Duty where they stopped focusing on quality entertainment and started focusing on consumerism and what was popular at the time, because over the game's popularity, as they gained popularity, they gained greed. They saw how much money they were making and they wanted more of it. And that became very clear with Advanced Warfare because Advanced Warfare wasn't even an original game idea. There was a game that was gaining hot popularity really fast with people, and it was Titanfall 1. And it had the exact same combat movement and everything as Advanced Warfare. And this was around the time Call of Duty was like, let's stop doing original ideas and start adopting other people's ideas because it's popular. And I gotta say, the biggest thing I'm upset about was how hard I was on Call of Duty Ghost. I critiqued the game as a young adult so hard for no reason, even though I look back on it now with fondness. Back then, I hated the game, which there's reasons to hate it, but there's also reasons to love it. One of the reasons to love it was the very unique alien based game mode that deviated away from the whole zombies concept, and I thought that was a great thing that they had, and they never continued it. It was very upsetting. And they had a variety of things that you could like Call of Duty Ghosts was the first Call of Duty where you can actually customize your character and you can wear different armor pieces. You had this whole customization option, and it was cool because like it gave me a reason to like want to look at my character. It wasn't just like some random default character because I was on a certain team. It was my character. I also had really great guns as well. I think the problem was biggest problem probably the maps and some of the camping exploits on it. But other than that, it was a great game. They took a lot of negative feedback on Ghost, and I feel like the feedback was unjustified. Well, now it's definitely outdated because when you look back in Call of Duty Ghosts, I think we just all hated that it was something unfamiliar to us. We were all stuck on the Call of Duties we know and love, and how this game doesn't compare to Black Ops 2 or Black Ops 1 or Modern Warfare 2. And we didn't like how the game deviated from the normal pool of games that they would feed us. And the game was creative in a lot of ways. It took leaps and bounds that Call of Duty as a company has never seen before. And creativity is better than the same repetitive gameplay that they kept dishing out after Call of Duty Ghosts. They stopped improving and creating and leaned more towards consumerism. And consumerism is where creativity goes to die. Fast forward to 2019, and I haven't played a COD since I bought Infinity War. And what was it called? Infinite Warfare bullshit, right? I only bought it because I had no other choice because it had um, Modern Warfare 1 remastered, and I thought that was awesome, but I had to buy a whole game to get a game. You know what I mean? It was dumb. And so 2019 rolls by and I see a game with potential. And I'm like, "Oh wow, this is great. This looks great." And I play the game and I'm like, "Wow, this is great. This is a great game." It actually is fun. It gives me that kind of old stylish Call of Duty feel that I liked, but at the same time it's new, it's a little creative, and they're going somewhere else with the story, and I think that's great. Aside from the fact that they abandoned the Battle Pack system, thank God, but they adopted another shitty system, the Fortnite Battle Pass system, and got a bunch of skins in the shop, and they're hot and cool. I mean, I bought them; they're fun to look at and stuff, but it's kind of shitty. It's still consumerism. But other than that, the game shot up my roster. I was playing it every day. I was going so hard. I even bought the Battle Pass. I kept grinding out the Battle Pass, everything. I did everything they wanted me to do. That's how they get you. They want you to get locked into the game. They want you to spend more time in the game because they don't have anything to create after that. It still holds up today. Most of the things in the Battle Pass, it's not even worth the money you pay for it. You only want a few things, a few skins out of there. Altogether, probably worth like 5-10 bucks. Overpriced as fuck. And they get away with that excuse because they added a bunch of stickers in it and they added a bunch of all this other bullshit, emotes, whatever. Fast forward, you got Cold War, and I like the game. Same fucking problem, you know what I mean? And because of this, let's copy Fortnite free to play systems. You realize that the games fall pretty hard on their face when you realize that the content is really lacking and it doesn't really continue to be fun after the first couple months. And every map that they add is just like some old style map that they had in the past, and they just want to keep your attention so they don't lose their consumers, they don't lose their, constant stream of money. In Black Ops 6, the only difference it makes is that the zombies story is not repetitive, it's not just a rerun of a certain map. But they're basically just beating a dead horse. The zombie story is played out. People are only playing it for the gameplay. Just nothing interesting about zombies anymore. It's really, really repetitive and dead. The Easter eggs suck as well. It's really stupid. They had a lot of creativity in the past. Like with Extinction, you had this great game mode that had a lot of potential, and you threw it away just to do shitty versions of zombies year after year. It's really garbage. You want to know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Modern Warfare 3 Survival. But the difference between Modern Warfare 3 Survival and zombies currently is that Modern Warfare 3 Survival was fun. It didn't follow a narrative. Your goal was to survive. Really simple, unfiltered fun that I feel like Infinity War with Modern Warfare titles should have kept following. And it's just a disappointment all around. You want to know what keeps that concept alive? Different games like Killing Floor. Killing Floor 2 is fucking amazing when it comes to just hopping on and having fun and just doing random shit. It doesn't matter. You're just surviving. You're having fun. Killing Floor 2 was great. And Killing Floor 3 was supposed to come out this year. And guess what? They actually listened to their fans. They saw that their fans disliked the direction that the game was going, and they actually took steps to push it back to improve based on feedback. When was the last time you heard of a triple A gaming company doing some awesome shit like that. Sure, it's upsetting that we have to wait longer, but at least we're gonna be confident when we buy the game that it's gonna be a good game. I'd say the only thing that saved Black Ops 6 was the story. Story is really creative and adopts a lot of good elements from other games, like RPG mechanics where you're talking and you get to choose your dialogue options. I think that's great. I think that can be improved a lot more as well. Another thing, investigation mechanics. I think that's so cool. It was in Cold War and it's in Black Ops 6. It really puts you in that mindset that you're a secret agent in the CIA and you're trying to figure out something before everything goes disastrous. And I like that concept. Like, it's very engaging. But there is a couple missions that caught my eye, and I'm pretty sure if you played the story, you know what I'm talking about. The nightmare missions where you're hallucinating or going through like scenes that are just unreal and there's like mutants chasing you and all this cool shit. It is amazing. It or like those few missions outdid the entire story. It was insane. And instantly when you play it, it makes you think of concepts like the Umbrella Corporation and bioweaponry and like mutating people or things and then just making monsters to win wars for you. And it just made me think, like, why don't they go in a direction like that? That's a cool concept. I played those missions. I was like, I'm not sure if I'm playing Resident Evil or Call of Duty right now, but all I know is that this is fun and I want to see more of that. They also explored with some other elements like the open world element, and I think that's a really great idea, like taking the game story in an open world approach and stuff like that. I just think it could have been done better, but I think it is definitely an improvement. When it comes to the open world stuff, it's okay. It's definitely no like Ghost Recon Wildlands or anything, but it's a nice couple missions where you take place in the desert and it's fun. It's open world. What more can you ask for? I just want it to be better. Time to get into the current state of Black Ops 6. Oh boy, here we go. Not only is it falling on the same issue that it has with the past games, Battle Pass, all the overpriced bullshit, consumers, the whole spiel. But also, the AI crisis has taken hold of Activision, and instead of, doing the right thing and avoiding it, they decided to let go of all their artists and use AI for everything. Not only that, they're giving you low quality items that are obviously made by AI, but they're also selling it to you at the same price as if it was made by an artist. They basically replaced all their artists with AI so they can pay little to nothing so they can squeeze as much money as they can out of you. Kind of kosher of them, I'm not gonna lie. That's a little kosher. That's a little kosher act. That's a little bit of a Goldstein tactic right there. And when it comes to the seasons, season 1 Battle Pass was okay. I liked the rewards in there because it had a nice theme. Season 2 was very, very mid. Not worth your time. And to make up for the dog water content they released in season 2, they dropped season 3 after delaying it, and they recycle a bunch of COD 2019 weapons that were popular, and they tell you, we know you like these, have fun, and buy our season. And the events that we keep doing, the boring and repetitive ones that have a paywall, we're gonna keep doing them. Have fun. What a fucking shit show, honestly. One step forward, 5 steps back. Every fucking year. I can't stand this shit. But you wanna know what? There's a lot of things I miss about the older Call of Duties. Not because I'm reminiscent or I'm nostalgic. It's because they were good ideas that were abandoned by the company. Now it's all about Battle Royale and Battle Passes and microtransactions and buy our content. It's just all fucking garbage. Flush it down the toilet. Never touch this game again. I swear. I'm definitely not touching this game again if it keeps going in this direction. I just don't want to see this anymore. It's so stupid, it's repetitive, and it's grindy for no reason. Does the future of Call of Duty have hope? Most unlikely. But maybe one day, somebody will rise in that fucking cubicle and be like, I hate this shit, let's change this game. Should we be hopeful? No. We should be persistent. We should make demands. We should make expectations. And if it's not going to meet our expectations or demands, then we just don't buy their shit. That's all we have to do. Because when consumers stop consuming, then consumerism dies. Just leave the consuming to all the little 12-year-olds who are asking mom to buy them the new battle pass on Call of Duty. Because eventually their parents are going to be like, Call of Duty's ruining my child. And that's exactly what we want. I don't give a fuck about the Fortnite stands who are invading my fucking game and wanting to see the new fucking Nicki Minaj battle pass fucking stupid bullshit rapper skin in the game. I just want to play a game and have fun. Go ahead and add skins, add shit to the shop, alright? You can do whatever the fuck you want. Just take the battle pass system out of the fucking game and do better with your future titles. Because honestly, this shit is going down the drain. And all they're trying to do is get as much money as they can before they fucking shut down the company and stop making Call of Duty forever. They don't give a fuck about the future of Call of Duty. They just want your money. All they are doing is appealing to the percentage of the fan base that is just so brain dead to just feed them money as much as they want. They're appealing to those people. And us, as the normal fan base, we keep coming back because it's Call of Duty. We are in an abusive relationship, people. This is for real Stockholm Syndrome. We talk about how Call of Duty can be so good and that in the past it was so amazing. So what if they're, hitting some lows right now? I know they're a good company. Stockholm Syndrome, I swear to God. Should you buy the next Call of Duty? No. I honestly, wholeheartedly am going to tell you that you should not buy the next Call of Duty or the Call of Duty after that. In fact, just take a strike off Call of Duty. And just hope that the next Battlefield is not going to be fucking ass. Because somehow those guys failed as well. But that's another topic for another video. Play some other games, man. Try out different things, Go fucking play Dark Souls or something, man. Just don't buy COD anymore. And I'm telling you, once you start doing that, you'll see some changes. You'll see a lot of changes within Call of Duty. You skip Call of Duty for like 4 years in a row, the 5th year, you're going to see a whole completely different Call of Duty. Please don't get into the NBA 2K mindset where you buy the same game every year and expecting something different, and somehow you just throw more money at it. You're stupid if you do that. You look dumb. Thank you to my friends who are watching this video. And thank you for any other random person who comes across this video. And I really do hope that you enjoy this video and that this advice or commentary or whatever you think it is was helpful to you. And I appreciate you taking your time to listen to me all the way through. For you, you're a real one and you have a big dick. Have a good day.